So I'll right at the start, I'll share my screen with you, and then we'll proceed. I'll say a few words. I'll say a few words about how this webinar is going to go, and I hope you can see me now. And the screen is sharing. Okay. So for the plan for today, we'll be going to talking about two major things: our Mapflow plugin for QGIS update, and some new exciting news about new Mapflow scenario. And while we'll be talking and discussing that, you are more than welcome to write your comments in chat. Maybe share your opinion on something, or else you can see on the right of your screen, probably you can see the Q&A button. Here you can ask all questions that you're interested in, and me and my colleagues will try to answer them right there, or maybe at the end of my talk. But yeah, the plan for today's talk, as you can see, divided, as I already said, into parts. And let's, without further ado, dive into part one, which is Mapflow QGIS update. Here are some of the major things that are new to the plugin. And let's start with the projects table. The thing is that previously Mapflow users had to, in order to switch between projects, so they had to leave processing tab and switch projects into the settings tab. There were a long list of projects in the combo menu, in the drop-down menu, and you had to find your project there. And the selected project was showed in the window title or here in the menu itself. But on our web application, it is way more clear and intuitive, you can say. We go into one project and we see all the models available for it, and obviously all of the processings that are inside of this project. And we wanted to do something more similar to it, but in QGIS. So we decided to rebuild our plugin to look more like it, to have more similar logic to it. So when you are now, let's see just in QGIS right now. So when you're first opening your plugin, you would probably land on a page on a table with all of the processings of one project that was previously selected by you. And what if you want to switch a project or create a new one? You would go to this button, go back. So it sort of works like folders and files, you may say, and it works similarly to my imagery. So here's the same logic. You go out of one project. For me, it's called webinar, and you go to the list of all of your projects, and you can select another one. But also now there's a lot more. There's a lot more you can do with your list of projects. For example, you can sort it differently by name, by date of creation, by date of updating this project. And also, if you want to find a particular project, you can simply search for it here in the filter bar. So here is how it works, and also all of the controls for creating projects, for updating projects and deleting them. They all moved here, so sort of all of the project stuff is now upper level on top of all the processing's information. But let's also see some more changes that come with Mapflow for QGIS 3.2. Also now we are able to preview our imagery collections right from the imagery collections view. So you see that previously we were only able to see info about our collection, and in order to check it out, we had to go inside and look for a particular image we want to preview, or just place it on the map, the whole collection. But now we are able to preview it by clicking these arrow buttons and sort of decide whether or not we want to we were looking for this mosaic, for this imagery collection, or not. Well, one of another interesting things is a creation of extent of area of interest from the extent of imagery. Previously, we had a checkbox that said that we want to use all of the selected imagery extent as the area of interest for our processing. Now it's way more clear. Let's see how it works in QGIS, so we better understand it. When you for example, you have an image and you want to process the whole image and find something, some objects there. For that, you would have to go to this plus button next to an AOI menu, area of interest, and find this option to use the extent of the selected item. If you want it to be an image, it's selected image. If you want it to be the whole mosaic, it's the selected imagery collection. So that's one more useful thing. And another one. Well, for some areas, for some processings, the cost, if the area is rather big, the cost can become quite big as well. And if you don't want to accidentally start the processing without choosing all the parameters and checking that it's what you want to be, well, you would probably get the use out of this new feature, processing start confirmation. So when you, let's also see this in QGIS. When you want to start a processing, you would just, on pressing start processing, you would get this confirmation window with all the parameters listed, all the options that you selected, the area, the data source, all of that. And you can verify that you want this exact processing to start. But if you don't want this windows constantly popping up after every button press, you can either check this button to not show this message again, or uncheck this checkbox, and there will be no confirmation of processing start. So that's another update. Well, that's what I wanted to tell you about our new plugin features, but there were actually more smaller ones, but you can see it yourself by updating our plugin to version 3.2. But for now, let's probably talk about one of the most exciting topics for today. We would like to introduce to you our new scenario that allows us in you to map simultaneously map multiple objects of multiple types. Well, it combines three models: buildings, roads, and vegetation. And the result of this processing that is done with this scenario is the one vector file, one layer in QGIS that contains all of these objects, and it automatically corrects its topology. Let's see what I mean by that. And first of all, we'll go through the process like we would previously. Well, we have some area of interest. It's located somewhere in the southeast of England, but it shouldn't really matter. Well, we have an area we want to process. We want to map objects of this type. We want to get the almost like land use of this territory. What would we do in this case previously? We would let's switch to the project. I already ran all the processing, so we don't have to wait during our webinar online, but we would pretty much do the same thing for buildings. We would process them with this area of interest, start processing, then we'll go with the roads and say that's processing 2, start the processing. Processing 3 would be vegetation. And you can see all of these processings already here. It would look something like that. We have all of our buildings, that's one layer. The roads, that's second layer. Vegetation, that's third layer. And you'll ask, what's the problem? Well, it's not really a problem, but it's way more time consuming like that, because you can see that all of these layers are intersecting with each other. So all of the files are sort of on top of each other in the structure, in the layer tree. So when we get to mapping, we see, for example, let's select this area with trees. It's one big area, so it sort of covers our road, and the files are obviously intersecting. When you're looking for a quick mapping solution, you would get the use out of our new scenario. Yes, the processing would cost you the same as it would cost you to run 3 of these processings, but as the result, you get the corrected and ready to use one vector file that's Landuse right here. And let's select an object here. See, it's already corrected for you with our platform. Let's see what's inside the results of this file. It's rather big legend. Yes, it's a rather big one, but it makes sense because there's a lot of information in this file, and there's a lot of types of objects. Well, what do we have? We have, first of all of the buildings. You can see the values of the classes in the Mapflow documentation, but in general, it's like apartment buildings and just regular houses and other types of buildings. Then we see just one legend item for all of the roads. They are nicely connected with each other and form the network, the road network. And after roads, we have a lot a lot of items uh, that have to do with vegetation. These few values are the individual trees, and these ones are areas of forestation, so like areas with trees, all classified by height. So you can, obviously, if you chose all of the options, then you, when you ran our beta scenario for land use mapping, if you didn't choose tree crowns or forest heights, you would get less options, but still you'll have all of these three types of objects, which is buildings, roads, and vegetation, displayed in your map anyways. Yes, so that is the main thing, the main uh, idea when you're working with when you have the area that you're interested in, just quickly mapping and having a ready to use map of sort of land use. You get the use of uh, out of this scenario in Mapflow. Well, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of new information today, and I would like to thank you all for attending this webinar, and as always for supporting Mapflow. And well, uh, you have the time to check it out yourself by updating our plugin to version 3.2, or if we are talking about the new scenario, it is available as well on the web application. Well, you have the time to check it out and maybe form some questions and ask us a little bit later. But if you have any questions already, now is the best time to ask them. And as I mentioned, me and my colleagues in chat will try our best to answer your questions. And yes, don't forget to share your feedback with us when you'll be trying the new features of Mapflow. And I'll see if we have any questions right now. Okay,